Hello and welcome to our learning video for today. If you didn't join us for the calendar and weather video, make sure you check that out. Sue came out and showed us her stuffed bear. That's because today we're going to talk about B is for bears. So if you have a stuffed animal and you want to go and grab it, you can pause, grab your stuffed bear, and come back and have class with me. We're going to be talking about the letter B today, and B is for bears. This is what the letter B looks like, and look at that cute little bear. Now that we know what letter B looks like, there's the uppercase and the lowercase b, let's decorate the letter B. I have a fun idea for you. So to decorate the letter B, I just have a fork. It's a plastic fork, but a regular fork will be fine too. You just have to wash it after. But I dipped the fork into some paint. I chose brown. And now I'm just going to draw that fork across this letter B. And it kind of looks like when a bear sharpens its claws on a tree. So let me get some more paint. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Bears have really sharp claws, don't they? Okay, this is kind of fun. Decorating our bee with some bear claws made using a fork. Well, there you go. And I have an idea for you. If you'd like to, every day when you decorate your letters, you can save them and put them in a notebook. So if you want to go to the link I'll put below, a grown-up at your house can print out this cover page, and then inside you can put all of the letters that we decorate. So yesterday we decorated A like an apple, and then today, once this is dry, we'll add in the B. And at the end, when we do all the letters, this will be a great learning tool. You can go back and you can remember, oh, that's letter A. By decorating the letters, it really helps with letter recognition. Okay, back to our letter B. So letter B looks like this. And now we're going to learn how to write the letter B. To write the letter B, you need a number 1. We made number 1 yesterday in our class, so we know how to do that. You just start at the top and fall straight down. And then we're going to blow 2 bubbles. 1, 2. It looks like blowing bubbles. 1 bubble and 2 bubbles. That's how you make the uppercase letter B. Now, if you're doing this for a preschool class, you might just watch, or you might just write a B like this on a whiteboard or skywrite it. But if you're using this for a pre-K or kindergarten class, then you might want to use some handwriting paper. I'm going to show you how to properly write the letter B. Okay, so we're going to start at the top and fall straight down to the green carpet. And then we're going to blow 2 bubbles, 1 bubble upstairs and 1 bubble downstairs. Remember, our letters live in houses, just like we do. In this house, there's an upstairs, a downstairs, and even a basement. Now, the big letters can go upstairs and downstairs all day long. They have to go up and get the laundry or go up and get something they forgot, up and down, cleaning and working and moving around. The little letters, though, need to stay downstairs. And sometimes they are teenage letters, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's make some big uppercase B's. So make a number 1. Remember to touch the ceiling, go all the way down to the green carpet, and blow 2 bubbles. 1 bubble upstairs and 1 bubble downstairs. You try. 1 and 2 bubbles. I'll make one more to give you a chance to practice. 1 and 2 bubbles. Make sure 1 bubble is upstairs and 1 bubble is downstairs. Now you can pause right here and keep practicing your big uppercase B, or you can keep watching because we're about to do the little lowercase b. It looks the same when it starts. It just has a number 1 again, just like that. Then it's going to have a bubble that's downstairs only. So you're going to do 1 bubble, just like that. All right, I'm going to show you that again because I want you to see that you don't have to pick up your pencil. I did just to show you slowly, but Watch this one more time. Make that number 1, and then just trace right back up, and then come over with your bubble. That makes it a little bit easier. Okay, now let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house, okay? So on the handwriting house, we're just going to make a number 1, and this is a little letter, but it's a teenager letter. Teenagers can sometimes go upstairs and even hang out in the basement sometimes if they want. They're getting bigger. So we're going to make that number 1. We're going to trace back up and make 1 bubble downstairs. 1, go back up and over. 1 bubble. 1, trace back up, blow that bubble. 1 bubble. 1 bubble. 1 bubble. Okay, now pause right here and keep practicing your lowercase b's, or you can just practice later for homework. You did a great job though. This is the uppercase and lowercase b. Now we know how to write the letter B. We know what it looks like. Let's talk about how it sounds. So the letter B makes this sound. B, b, b. You kind of have to put your lips in and then open them up really big. B, b, b. It sounds kind of like when you're popping bubbles. So let's try that really quickly. You try. I'm going to blow some bubbles and I want you to pretend to pop them. Every day when we learn a letter, there's a hand motion that goes with it. That really helps to engage your brain and helps you remember those letter sounds. So take your finger and try to pop the bubbles as you see them on your screen, okay? Letter B says, good job. So now we know what letter B says. It looks like this. This is how you write it. And letter B says, Be sure to keep practicing that sound, okay? Because every day we're going to learn a new sound, and then we'll begin to put them together and learn how to read. Okay, well, now it's time for math, and we've been working on the number 1. So let me show you. Oh, this is my bear. So how many bears do I have? Just 1. I have just 1 bear. Let's write the number 1, okay? I wonder how many bears do you have? I bet you probably have more than 1. Let's write the number 1. Just make a line that comes straight down, just like that. Starts at the top and it just falls straight down. I'll show you on the handwriting house how that looks, but you already know because we used a number 1 when we wrote the letter B. So we're going to start at the ceiling, and then we're just going to fall to the green carpet, just like that. So this is how you make a number 1. Now you can get this handwriting paper if you get a grown-up to go to the link below. You can download this, but any handwriting paper will work. Or you can use regular paper. And if you have no paper at all, you can always just skywrite. So that's how you make a number 1. We're going to do something fun for our math today. We're going to look at this paper, and there's also a link for you to be able to get it. We're going to find all the number 1s because this week our number is 1. I think I'm going to use brown to color my number 1s because bears are usually brown or black. Sometimes they're white like a polar bear, but I'm going to use brown. So I'm going to find all the number 1s, and I'm just going to color those circles brown. And you can try to do that too. If you don't have this paper at home, you can just point on your screen. Show me where all the 1s are and I'll color it for us. You can help me. There's 1. Okay, I got it. Where's another number 1? Oh, I see it too. Let's color it brown. Do you see another number 1? Remember, a number 1 falls straight down. I see it. There it is. There's a number 1. Good work. There's one. Yep. Oh, you're so good at finding all these ones. I see it. There's one too, right here. There's one also. Okay, can you find any more ones? Here at the bottom? Okay, I got it. Okay. Point to another number one or color the ones if you're doing this sheet at home. There it is. There's another one. Okay. And is there one more number one someplace? Right there? Okay, I'll color it for us. Well, there you have it. We found all the number ones. You did a great, great, great job. Now we're going to move over and do some shape practice for today. So our shape for this week is a circle, and I want to introduce you to Susie Circle. There she is. Susie Circle, big and round. Watch me as I roll around. Susie is red, and our color for this week is red, red like the apple we learned about yesterday. Let's say this once more. Susie's circle, big and round. Watch me as I roll around. So a circle is round. It has no sides and no corners. A corner is where two sides meet. It's just round all the way around. Well, we're going to draw some round circles, and we're going to make a bear with our circles. So we're going to need 9 circles. So here's the way we're going to do it. We're going to start with a circle in the middle like that. And then we're going to make another circle that's a little bit bigger right underneath. And then we're going to make 2 little circles on the top. Can you tell this is a bear? Those are his ears. Now we need some arms and legs. So we're going to put 2 circles on this side. And then we need 1 more circle. It's going to be right here in the first circle that we drew. Now we just need some eyes and nose and mouth. So we're just going to make 2 eyes. And I'm going to make this little, it looks like a J and a backwards J. That's going to be for his mouth. And at the top of that, I'll put a little dot for his nose. So let's count and see if we made 9 circles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you count the eyes, there are more. The little dots look like circles too. So maybe you can make a circle bear today. That was our shape practice. Okay, next we are going to make an art project, and it's going to be super fun. So let's head over to the art table and make a bear cave. Well, here we are at the art table, and I have a box. You can use any box. A Kleenex or tissue box works really well because it already has a hole in one side. But truly, any box that you can find, it can be a big box or a small box. There's a link below so that you can get the worksheets for this week, and this is a copy of the bear in 3 sizes. So just depends on what size box you find. You can pick the bear that fits best. So the first thing you're going to do is you need to make a hole. This is going to be a cave. So I'm just going to open this box. I'm using an oatmeal box, and I'm just going to cut this flap off of it. And then I'm going to cut a hole. I guess it's a semicircle, a half of a circle, really. So that's going to make the opening for the cave. Okay, and if you want to, you can cut the rest of the box off. It's up to you. The rest of the flaps at the bottom. So the next thing I'm going to do is pick the bear that fits the best. So let me just see. I think my box could probably best hold the medium-sized bear. So I'm going to cut that one out. And you can color your bear if you'd like to. I think I'm going to leave mine for now just to be a little bit quicker, but you can definitely color yours. Next I'm using some glue, and I'm going to glue the bear inside the box like that. All right, and now we need to decorate the outside of the box. So you need some brown paper, but if you don't have brown paper, maybe you have a brown bag. That's what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to tear some pieces. From a brown bag, just tear them into little pieces. And I'm going to glue those all over the top of this box, just so it looks like a real cave that you might find in a forest someplace. Okay, so you can glue all those pieces on. I'm just going to put them on top so I can be a little quicker for you. But there you have it. That's a little bear cave. Now we're going to come back around and do some science together. So now we're going to do some science together. Do you know what bears are doing right now? Bears are eating. It's the end of summertime. We talked about that in our calendar and weather time today if you want to watch that video. But it's the end of summer. It's almost fall. And what bears are doing is they're eating and eating and eating and eating and getting fatter and fatter and fatter and growing more and more thick fur. That's because they are going to sleep all throughout the winter. So at the end of summer and through the fall, they're eating and eating and eating, and then they're going to go to sleep and sleep all through winter. That's called hibernating. Well, how are those bears going to stay warm when it's cold in winter? One of the things is they're going to sleep in their cave. We just made a cave in art, but they're also, like I said, going to grow some nice fur, some nice thick fur. God designed the bear to be able to sleep all winter long. So their fur is going to help them, just like our gloves help us in our warm coats in the wintertime. And also, remember I told you they're going to be eating and eating and eating. They're getting fat. They're building up fat in their body underneath their skin, and so that's going to help to kind of be like a warm coat too. Well, let's see if we can do a little experiment and see how that's going to be for the bear. So I have a Ziploc bag, and inside I have some Crisco. This is fat. It's just like what the animals are building up, like the bear is building up inside. He's getting fatter and fatter and fatter. It's building up fat from when he eats all the food in the end of summer and fall times. So he's going to have a nice layer of fat underneath his skin, and it's going to act as a protector. And also, remember, he's got that warm fur, so that's going to help him to stay warm too. So we're going to demonstrate that for science today. I have some ice right here. Let me get a piece out. And I'm going to get two pieces out actually, because I want to show you the difference between the bear having the warm fur and me with no warm fur. And you can try this maybe later at home. Oh my goodness, already this hand without the warm glove is so cold, but this one's pretty warm. I'm starting to feel the piece of ice a little bit, but it's definitely warmer than this hand. So that bear's warm fur really helps it to stay warm all winter long. Now, let's do this again, but this time, let's use the Ziploc bag that we made, and it has that layer of fat. And so now let's put the ice on this hand with the layer of fat, and let's see. I don't even feel the ice at all. It doesn't even feel cold. That's amazing. So that's how the bear stays warm. It has that fur and that layer of blubber or fat that it's stored up all during the fall and end of summer months. Still don't feel the ice, so maybe you'd like to try this today with a little Crisco, or maybe you could try coconut oil, a solid oil. I still don't even feel the cold ice. That was pretty cool. God did a great job when he designed those bears to be able to withstand the winter months. Well, we're going to read a story now, and this is story time, and it's about a bear. This story is called Scare a Bear by Kathy Jo Wargan, illustrated by John Bendel Brunello. Do you know how to scare a bear? Would you bang pots and pans? Would you rattle some cans? Would you shout? Would you yell? Would you ring a loud bell? What if that bear isn't easy to scare? Would you stand nose to nose? Would you turn on the hose? Would you make a strange face and a big scary pose? Would you shout, I declare it's a bear? Beware! What is that bear? What if that bear isn't easy to scare? What if that bear wants to go for a swim? Would you holler and hoot? Would you give him the boot? Would you say, you can't swim here, you don't have a suit? What if that bear wants to go for a swim? What if that bear wants to fish from your boat? Do you think he would fit? Would you tell him to sit? Would you share your pole and your best fishing hole? Do you think he would squirm if you showed him a worm? What if that bear wants to fish from your boat? What if that bear starts to beg for some dinner? Would you share your peas? Do you think he'll say please? Would you give him a dish with a big tasty fish? What if that bear starts to beg for some dinner? What if that bear sits down by the fire? Would you share your seat? Would you make him a treat? Would you tell him you think he's had too much to eat? Now, what if that bear wants to sleep overnight? Would you start to giggle if he starts to wiggle? What if he snores? Would you send him outdoors? If he climbed in your bunk, would the bed go kerplunk? What if that bear wants to sleep overnight? What if that bear will not leave in the morning? Would you give him a map with a compass and cap? Would you tell him, keep walking, don't stop for a nap? Would you say, my dear bear, there's no need for stalling. It's time to go home. Your mother is calling. What if that bear will not leave in the morning? Then call the ranger. I know what he'll say. This bear cannot stay. You must scare him away. Do you know how to scare a bear? I sure do. It's nothing new. You just say, boo! And off he ran. That was a fun story. I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll see you next time. We're going to do letter C, and C is for cows. So we'll do that tomorrow. I'll see you then, everyone. Have a great day. Goodbye.